And we are live. Welcome to the process. It is Tuesday, March 22nd. I am Josh Engleman, and I'm here to break down a four-game NBA slate. Easy one for us here today. But before we get started, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. All righty. Oh, let's get this chat popped out here. So I was sitting here listening to a podcast and then realized it was 6:28 and I needed to get started. I was not ready at all. But we're here. We're here. So let's do it. So normally before the show starts, I stretch with the hands behind my back, bend over, stretch the quads. Feels great. Something like popped. Not like popped, but like, I don't know. My nose is running now. Feels weird. It's like in behind my eye. I don't know. Interesting. Feel good though. Feeling good. Rough one yesterday in DFS. Did not work out the way that I wanted it to. Got an absolute floor game out of Isaiah Roby, even though he got the minutes I needed. Luka was not the dude, that's for sure. I had enough Joval, but just in general, not ideal. Not an ideal outcome. Maxey was fine. Tobias Harris was bad. I had enough Jason Tatum, which was fine. Derek White was meh. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Go LeBron, I guess. Moral of the story. OKC only let you down if you didn't have Trey Mann, I guess. But it's whatever. Those days happen. Can't be too mad. Let's dive into it. We'll start with this because I cannot wait to have this. I've got a coffee and I desperately want to drink it. So I'm going to get this thing started. If you've got a coffee, that's great. If you don't have a coffee, you've got tea, water, beer, vodka. If you're a food guy, chicken nuggets, Pop-Tarts, hot dogs. If you just want to smoke a J, that works too. It's right there. Rise and grind, everybody. Cheers. Let's get it done. 4-gamer. Let's move through it. Here we go. Boom. Done. Oh, not done. Moving it back. Whoop. Right there. Prize Picks. Presenting sponsor of this video. If you use the promo code. No, that's not it. If you go to awesemo.com/prizepicks-promo, which you can see. Oh, finally. Oh, now that feels good. You can see it on the banner at the top. Go to the description of the video. Click the link. That'll make it easier. 1 free month of Awesemo Plus Platinum. A little bit of a deposit bonus as well. Highly recommend you guys check it out. All right, game number 1. Let's do this now. Golden State Warriors are 8-point favorites in Orlando. 216 total. Obviously, we don't have Steph for this one. We know that. Wiggins is probable. Gary Payton probable, making his way back. Moses Moody questionable. Getting Payton back is pretty big. He's been out for 8 games. It's a pretty long time. Played 24 minutes a game in the previous 4 games that happened this month. Let's go ahead and get him back in for some amount of playing time. It's weird. He's probably less interesting with no Steph, oddly enough. Let's see here. Is Chris Chiozza going to play? Might, right? Played over Damian Lee last time. Is Moody out of this rotation now, too? Does that become Chiozza and Payton? Maybe? I think that looks pretty reasonable. Kuminga, Draymond, that all looks fine. Otto Porter looks fine. I'm pretty comfortable with this rotation here. 10-man. I mean, they went 9 guys this last time out. You get Peyton back, you make that 10. I think that's reasonable. Just going to maintain Draymond at 24 minutes. This is not a... They just don't need to ramp him up yet. I mean, maybe it should be 26. I think this looks fine. See, the problem here is that it's a 4-game slate. That's where it starts to get tricky. Like, is Nemanja Bjelica playing in this one? Should, right? I'm going to assume that Moody doesn't. I'm going to go to this 10-man. The only thing... I'm gonna go to 26 on Draymond. The rest of this, to me, looks fine. I'm going to assume Moody isn't out there. Oh, SMP. I appreciate that. Bump them up to 28. Rates stay the same. These are the same rates that I had in for Sunday's games with Steph out already, so I don't have to make any changes there. It's definitely Jordan Poole season, though. That much I can tell you. Especially against Orlando. This will be a pace-up spot for Golden State. Let's look at the Magic now. And for Orlando, no Jalen Suggs. Otherwise, this one's easy. And that should make it pretty easy to just get a little bit more RJ Hampton. He tends to be that guy. Fultz seemed pretty locked into 20 minutes. We had RJ Hampton at 28. Wagner just going to split center minutes. At least most of the center minutes. That's what they've been doing. We got Mo Bamba in for 26. You know, maybe that should be 24. We bump up Mo Wagner a little bit. Yeah, I mean, the rest of this seems fine. Unless we want to assume Terrence Ross is out of the rotation and that becomes Iggy Brazdeikis. I can go a couple different directions for that one. I mean, yeah, maybe that's the case. Maybe that should be like 24 to Gary Harris, and then Iggy Brazdeikis plays 11. Franz Wagner play more than 30. Yeah, we'll give him 31. I mean, it's Cole Anthony as per usual. We can break that down individually. Game number 1, already in the books. Not that hard of a game to project, honestly. Golden State, as I said, 8-point favorites. Jordan Poole is your best option, that's for sure. The +9 on DK, +8 on FanDuel. Draymond, Clay, and Wiggins then on the FanDuel side of this one. Golden State just looking better on FanDuel than they do on DK. AJP finished 10th in the $4 and the $15. That's awesome, man. Sorry about Porzingis, but still positive day. All right, yeah. I mean, it's just got to be Jordan Poole. 7,400 on FanDuel, 7,400 on DraftKings. He's the best Golden State option by a mile. Starting lineup will matter. Not that I think it's up in the air all that much, but the way they hash out the end of the rotation will be interesting. Like, does Gary Payton get back into bigger minutes? I don't know. Everybody else is sort of priced appropriately. And then for Orlando, I mean, RJ Hampton and Cole Anthony are probably your two best options. Hampton, 3,800 on FanDuel, 3,900 on DraftKings. It's a good value. You know, we'll see how much we need that as we get further along in this slate. Cole Anthony, 5,700 on FanDuel, 6,300 on DK. He's close to a fantasy point per minute guy. It just looks like a good spot. And then Mo Bamba on FanDuel, if you really want to do it, 24 minutes. He's only 4,700. There's a ceiling there. Go to game number 2. Atlanta at New York. The Hawks are 1.5-point favorites in New York, 226 total for the Atlanta Hawks. We know there's no John Collins. Q tag on Bogdanovich, no Lou Will. So assuming Bogdanovich is in, I think that we just get some increased playing time, or at least a bit of increased playing time for DeLon Wright. Probably won't matter either. And then TLC probably gets like 12 minutes. The rest of this should be pretty simple. Capella in for 27 minutes. Feels about right. You could tell me it's 28 and I'd be fine with it. 20 for Okongwu. Where's the beautiful morning ambient music? It's playing, man. The way that I'm looking at it, it's playing. I guess I got to give Gallo 2 more minutes. I just don't know where they come from. Hunter at 33. Could be right there, actually. Let's take DeLon Wright down by 2. We'll get Gallo up to 30. Yikes, that's a lot of Gallo. Honestly, feel like I should be giving a little bit more to Capella, but I'm running out of bodies. So I think we're just kind of used to this Atlanta rotation. I didn't expect DeLon Wright to play 27 minutes that last time out, but Herter getting hurt changed things up a little bit. Let's go to the Knicks. Ugh, I hate this team. Looks like the Knicks are just the Knicks. Yeah, no Rose, no Noel. Miles McBride back down with the G League now that Quentin Grimes is back, so this is probably just standard issue stuff for the Knicks. Alec Burks in for 32 minutes. Yeah, that's fine. Quickly in for 25. Seems about right. Fournier in for 30. You know, you want to tell me it's 29. That's cool. Quentin Grimes not playing as much as you would think. RJ Barrett in for 38. I'll make it 39. Dude's just out there a ton. 36 for Randall, 12 for Toppin. 28 and 20 for Mitch and Jericho Sims. No, but they're close to it. Randall, Toppin are playing 48 minutes. Mitchell Robinson and Jericho Sims are playing 47. Who's playing that extra minute then? It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. Because, like, they're like bumping everybody up somehow perfectly, which doesn't make a ton of sense. I don't know. Either way, we're here for the Knicks, and I think they look like decent options today, oddly enough. We'll start with Atlanta. We're moving through this slate real quick. Atlanta, best option here for me, Kevin Herter on FanDuel. Shooting guard, small forward. I got him in for 34 minutes. He's 4,700. It's just good flexibility. He looks fine on DraftKings at 5,200. He's just a little bit more expensive. Trae Young would be your second guy here. No surprises. 10-2 on FanDuel, 10-4 on DraftKings. There's going to be a couple, we're going to have Chicago's pay up options, Milwaukee's, and Jokic then. So we'll see where Trae Young ends up slotting in. But 1.35 FanDuel points per minute in this spot. No problem with it. Gallo then would be the third guy. Honestly thought Capella would rank a little bit higher, but the salary's up. So this Atlanta team is priced a little bit higher than you would expect. The Knicks, on the other hand, I mean, it's RJ Barrett season for sure. He's a fantasy point per minute guy. He's playing 39 minutes. 7,200 on FanDuel, shooting guard, small forward. 7,600 on DraftKings, point guard, small forward. So you're getting the best possible designation. RJ Barrett's the best thing we've seen so far of the 4 teams that we've looked at. To me, it's not close. Julius Randle is second here for the Knicks. He got yellows, FanDuel and DK. 8,300 on FanDuel. Gets the power forward center eligibility. 9K on DraftKings, only power forward. A little bit more limiting, but still looks really good. And then if you want to take shots on Burks or Fournier or even Mitchell Robinson on DraftKings, I think that's all very viable. The Knicks look a lot better than I was expecting. A lot better. 54 viewers, 28 likes. If you're here, hit that like button. I should retweet the tweet that came out. I definitely didn't do that. Done. All right, well, let's go to game number 3 then. Chicago Bulls on the back-to-back, 6-point dogs against Milwaukee, 232 total. Not too much to change here. It looks like we'll probably have to bump up Alex Caruso's minutes. I think that's going to be a thing moving forward. As we look at Chicago, like I said, they're on the back-to-back, so we don't know anything about their current rotation or their current injury status. It's just not a thing. But I think we got to bump up Caruso's minutes a bit. We got no Derek Jones now that Patrick Williams was back. He was supposed to be on a 25-minute limit. He played 19. I'm going to cut him down to 22. I could bump Caruso to 28. Obi White barely played. Sunmu also played a little bit of limited run. Ooh, my mom got her Wordle, 5 of 6. I'm going to send her the text message now that I beat her on Wordle today. I went in 3, so rub that one in her face. Bam. I like them apples, ma. 33 minutes for Vooch seems fine. 15 for Tristan Thompson seems fine. Javonte Green played a little bit more than I was expecting. Not sure where those minutes are going to come from. Maybe it's Dosunmu. Maybe we take him down to 26. We go to 22. It's not like we're going to be playing Javonte Green. We are going to be playing Alex Caruso, though, evidently. Yeah, that's what happens, Mom. That's what happens. Yeah, 31 minutes for Caruso seems about right. If he's going to be starting, if it's going to be Levine, Caruso, DeRozan, Vooch, and why the hell can't I remember who the 5th starter was? Javonte Green. Was it Javonte Green? I said that out loud, like, with confidence. Then I realized I wasn't all that confident. Who the hell started yesterday? Chat, you're probably going to beat me to it, but we'll see. Bulls. It was Javonte Green. Yeah, I thought so. So, I guess I do need to give him a little bit more playing time. Something like that. That works for me. Chicago in the books, though. And look, we know what we're doing here for Chicago. We're playing Levine, we're playing Vooch, we're playing DeMar DeRozan, and now in this case, we're probably playing Alex Caruso pretty heavily. It's not like we want the bench guys to begin with, especially in a matchup against Milwaukee. Speaking of Milwaukee, what do we got going on for the Bucks? No Chris Middleton, out with left wrist soreness. Giannis is probable. Wigginton back down to the G League with Mamu. And DeAndre Bembry obviously tore his ACL. So 35 minutes for Drew. We don't get a lot of games with like one of these big 3 out. So it does complicate matters mildly. I would have assumed it was going to be a Jordan Nwora day, but now that we have Pat Connaughton back, I'm not entirely sure. George Hill barely played on Saturday. I mean, I still think he's probably the backup point guard. So we can leave that. I got Serge in for 14. I've got Brook Lopez in for 16. I've got Bobby Portis in for 28. I'm going to bump up Lopez to 18. Honestly, I feel like I should bump up Serge too. Let's do that. Bump up Serge to 16. Keep Portis at 20. Actually, we'll give Portis 2 more minutes as well with no Middleton. Get a little bit more offense out there. We get Connaughton. Did I accidentally give somebody? Yeah, I did. There it is. I was like, I think I gave somebody way too many minutes. We get Connaughton in for 25 minutes. We get Wes Matthews in for 20. Grayson Allen's minutes have been down quite a bit. I'm going to take him down to 24. I guess that looks fine. Seems about right. They're going to go to a bigger rotation for sure. They're going to cast a pretty big net. We're probably only playing Drew and Giannis and Portis because the rest of this team is really hard to nail down. So, unfortunately, we do need to grab rates. Not having Middleton matters. That's a lot of additional usage to go around. Now, the question is, how many games has Middleton missed this year? It's not a lot, right? If we just want to look at it straight away, which I'm not going to do, off is going to be easier here. Middleton has missed 12 games, actually. It's a lot. It's way more than I expected. But we're going to say Chris Middleton off the floor. Where'd he go? Chris Middleton off. And we're going to say that Drew Holiday, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and where is he? And Bobby Portis all played. That should be a decent cross section. That's so many less minutes than you would expect. But we really only need the rates for the stars. At least that's my thought process. All right, bang. Got it. In. Yeah, SMP. I assume he plays. Speaking of Giannis, 35% usage rate in the time where Middleton is off the floor. Gets a bit of an assist rate bump as well. We see Drew get up to 26.5% usage. A little bit of an assist rate bump. And then Bobby Portis, 22% usage. Actually, a little bit of an assist rate bump, which you wouldn't expect. Rebounding goes up too. I don't think I need to touch any other rates there. So that's Milwaukee. Game 3 in the books. Let's look at Chicago. For the Bulls, lots to like here. Vooch goes green on both. He is the best play in the game on FanDuel. That's for sure. 6,900. Still looks really good on DraftKings at 7,700. I like Levine across both sites, 7,400 and 7,500. DeRozan on FanDuel at 7,800, shooting guard, small forward. Great eligibility, great price. It's a little bit worse for just 8,600 at power forward on DK. And then Caruso, 4K on FanDuel, should get the minutes. Not the biggest per minute guy. But the Bulls look really good here from a DFS perspective. And then the Milwaukee side looks really good, but it's just the stars as we expected. Drew gets double greens. Best option on DraftKings at 7,800. Giannis gets the double greens. Fantastic on both sites. 11-2 and 12-1. 12-1 might be hard to get to on DK today. And then Portis, great price on FanDuel. 5,600 power forward center. He's 6,600 on DraftKings. Same eligibility. That FanDuel price on Portis, pretty damn good. You could probably take a shot on Connaughton on DK. The fact he's not a power forward, that positional designation is really ridiculous. You could take a shot on Grayson Allen on FanDuel at 3,900. But it's the top three that's the priority. And then we head to game number 4, the final game of today's slate, Clippers and Nuggets. And again, if you haven't hit the like button yet, please do so when you get a chance. 88 viewers, 38 likes. This is just going to be a quick one today, guys. For the Clips, a team that I am dramatically tired about talking about because they don't exist, really. Everybody that's normally out is out, which means they've just got their stupid, complicated rotation. All right, we're going to go 34 minutes to Reggie Jackson, 28 minutes to Terrence Mann, 24 minutes to Kennard feels about right, 28 minutes to Amir Coffey feels about right, 28 minutes to Batum feels about right, 30 for Morris, 20 for Covington, 27 for Zubats. We'll go 26 for Zubats. Get another one to Covington. I don't want to play that much Reggie Jackson. I just don't see a way around it. But Reggie Jackson's going to be green on both sites, I think. Maybe yellow on FanDuel. Haywood, good morning. Yeah, I think we're just jamming Clippers today. All right. Then we go to Denver. Ooh, I'm actually missing 2 minutes there for the Clips, huh? Where do they need to go? Covington? Yeah, that's fine. Now we go to Denver. How's Jokic going to look for today? We got no MPJ, no Zeke Naji, no Murray, no Kankar, JaMychal Green back. So normal Denver rotations. Don't have a ton that I want to change here. Bryn Forbes playing a lot less as of late. We'll take Bones up a little bit more. Austin Rivers up a little bit more. And then I think the rest of this is good. I don't have rates to change. I mean, it's the same Denver rotation as usual. So, guys, we just flew through 4 games, 28 minutes. Let's look at the Clippers first. Yeah, it's Reggie Jackson on DraftKings for 7,200. Reggie Jackson on FanDuel for 7,200. And then the Clippers just fall off a cliff. If you want to take shots on Coffee, Morris, Batum, man, go for it. I don't have any real recommendations. Somebody's going to pop. I can't. They're all like priced appropriately. Clippers are really tough outside of Reggie Jackson. Similarly for Denver, no priorities. Aaron Gordon gets double reds. Jokic gets double reds. Will Barton gets close to that. But all of these guys, like not even a single yellow, nobody above 8. It's Jokic, it's Barton, it's Gordon. I don't really know how you go to maybe Monty Morris on DraftKings at 4,600. This is a very difficult slate. There are a couple things that are going to stand out aggressively. But if we run this crunch, I mean, I've got Giannis at 60 fantasy points, Jokic at 56, and then Trae Young at 48, and then Drew at 43. I mean, we're talking about 17 fantasy points of difference between Giannis and Drew Holiday, first to fourth. It's a lot. So, let's run the first crunch. Optimal lineups on FanDuel. It's Giannis. Okay. So it's Drew Holiday, Caruso, DeMar, RJ Barrett, Giannis, Herter, Portis, Gordon, Vooch. That actually looks pretty reasonable to me. Nothing too crazy there. And then power rankings on FanDuel. This is where I'm not confident what the delineation is going to be. Looking like it's going to be Giannis at the top. He just kind of jumped into that first spot. Looks like it's a lot of this Milwaukee-Chicago game, too. How much is Giannis in that? Yeah, oh my God, it is Giannis by a mile. So the raw point ceiling of Giannis on FanDuel today, 55% of that crunch. Next closest guy is Drew at 37%. So it's Giannis is the unquestioned number one contender today. Drew, DeRozan, Portis, Reggie Jackson, RJ Barrett, they're all in about a third of lineups. Vooch, Levine, Jordan Poole, Julius Randle, and Trae Young are all 30% or higher. That's a pretty tight grouping. That all looks good to me. That makes a lot more sense than I thought. You got like 9 guys that are a pretty good core that you can then rotate like 2 or 3 pieces around. Now we close it out with DraftKings. We're going to be out of here in like 45 minutes. Not even 45 minutes. 35 minutes? I don't have much else to say for today's slate. It's pretty calm. All right, optimal on DraftKings. This is where I don't know if Jokic or if Giannis shows up in that top spot. He probably does. But 12-1's expensive. The difference being, is there enough balance here? Because it's 2 12K guys, and then 10 for Young, and then everybody's 9K or below. So it's possible we get a really good balance build, or Giannis fits. Okay, yeah, so no Giannis in the optimal, which means balance build in the optimal. RJ Hampton, Zach LaVine, RJ Barrett, double RJs, both spelled differently. Kuminga, Vooch, Holiday, Portis, Monty Morris. So a lot of dudes in this. Levine, Barrett, Vooch, Holiday all in the 7s, plus Portis in the 6s. I don't know what the power rankings are going to look like. Okay, so Giannis is still pretty close to the top. Oh, no, he's tumbling. Drew Holiday's probably going to be the guy. Could be RJ Barrett, could be Zach LaVine. They're all in the same sort of area, but those three guys, Holiday, LaVine, Barrett, they are the 3 priorities. Ooh, actually Barrett tumbled a little bit. Holiday, LaVine, Barrett, Jordan Poole. Then we get to Giannis 5th, Portis 6th. We'll get everybody north of 20%. Caruso, Vooch, Aaron Gordon, DeRozan, Burks, Reggie Jackson, Fournier, and RJ Hampton. DraftKings looks hard today. They look really hard. Decent value. Look at the 7s, though. Holiday, Levine, Barrett, Vooch. Who else are we missing? Holiday, Levine, Barrett, Vooch. Jordan Poole, Reggie Jackson. I mean, Andrew Wiggins, to a degree, is the worst play there, but look at this. 32%, 24%, but just center. 28, 30, 25, 21. I mean, that is... How do you sift through Reggie Jackson, Jordan Poole, RJ Barrett, and Drew Holiday? That's not easy. That's not easy at all. Very difficult slate on DK. A little bit easier on FanDuel. But guys, are we done? 7:03? People are going to show up. This one's going to be over. We got 93 people, 54 likes. This one's in the books. I don't think there's anything else that you guys think I should touch on. I'll give chat 1 minute to get their thoughts together and dump them in here. Otherwise, we out. Everyone feels playable on DraftKings. Yeah, that I agree. I agree. Yeah, like Luke Kennard is 40th in the exposures, and I don't think he's 4,500 on a 4-gamer, like shooting guard, small forward. I think Luke Kennard looks solid today. Just not a priority. Alrighty, folks. I think that's it then. I think we're packing it in. Any injury contingencies we're looking for? Yeah, I guess. Let me look at it a little bit differently. So, I mean, Bogdanovich on Atlanta, but really everybody else is just available. There's not that many Q tags. So, not really. Yeah, S&P hit it there too. Bogdanovich would be the biggest piece. Yeah, that's really all that we got. Bogdanovich has played in 61% of his questionable games, 25 of 41. So just putting that out there for right now. But I think we're done here. I think we're packing it in. I think that is it. Guys, thanks for being here. It's always good when it goes this quickly, but good luck, everybody. You know where we're going to be. We're right back here again tomorrow for the process show. We have 11 games, so obviously that one not going to be going all that quickly. So make sure you're here tomorrow for the process. Thank you guys for joining me. Good luck tonight. Contenders videos will be out soon. Peace.